A resolution passed. Last night, February 24th, the Cheektowaga Town Council passed Resolution 2020-692, stating that no town resources, and that's to include police time, will be used in civil immigration enforcement. If ICE wants to deport a Cheektowagan, they have to do it on their own time, with their own dime. Technically, it was a unanimous decision. However, one of the Republicans, Vern Thompson, was sick that night and was not able to attend the meeting. So unanimous amongst the 6 council members that were there. But the other Republican on the town council, she did vote in favor of the resolution, so I'll give her that. Now look, there's still a lot of loose ends to tie up. For example, this resolution is not legally binding. If the police just decide to ignore it, there's no legal recourse. So what's the mechanism of accountability enforcement? You are. I am. We all are. We need to keep watching them and make sure they actually stick to this promise. There's also the issue of we still don't know why Cheektowaga behaves so bizarrely compared to all of the other police departments in the 716. Because remember how all of this started, right? Back in December, the Investigative Post broke a story saying that the Cheektowaga police, on 21 different occasions, took a Cheektowagan over to Border Patrol on the suspicion of being in the country illegally. In that same year, the Buffalo PD did it 0 times. The state police did it 0 times. Amherst, Tonawanda, Lewiston, they had done it like 1, 2, 3 times. So if Cheektowaga had done this like 2 or 3 times, it would be believable. But 21 is just weird. What happened there? Did the same cop like take somebody over to Border Patrol like 21 different times? Or did the Cheektowaga police figure out a way of getting like a kickback from the federal government for doing their work for them? And look, it could be something totally bizarre that none of us saw coming, right? It could be that like the Cheektowaga police chief is cousins with a director over at the ICE facility in Batavia, and he was trying to help his cousin juice his numbers or something. Who knows? What I do know, though, is some of the organizers for Erie County Women United have put in a FOIA request to see if they can try to get some of those police records. So who knows if they'll ever get a response, but if they do, I'll let you know. Another outcome of all of this is there's now a group of citizens in Cheektowaga who are trying to start a police accountability board. A lot of towns actually have one of these. What a police accountability board is a group of civilians who don't work in law enforcement, but work in something sort of related. So public health, or maybe social services, crisis services. And these citizens volunteer their time to read through police training manuals and police policy and say, oh, hey, here's a spot where you could improve that, or this might get you in trouble later down the line. Maybe you want to change that rule right there, as a way of getting like more than just cops' input into the way that policing is going to work in that community. Would a police accountability board solve all the problems? No. Can it solve some of the problems? Yeah, definitely. So if you know a nurse or a social worker or a faith leader or a professor who studies criminology or something like that, who lives in the town of Cheektowaga, who might be interested in doing that, let me know, or let Erie County Women United know, and we'll figure out a way of getting you in touch with the folks who are looking to start this. Anyway, this is a great development. It's a really important step. Even though the policy is not like legally binding, it still forces the town council to state their position, which is like helpful. It level sets where the whole conversation is going to go moving forward. So huge thanks to Erie County Women United for organizing all of this. Huge thanks to council member Stephen Nowicki, who was the only member of the Cheektowaga Town Council that was like down with us from day one. Also, one of the unsung heroes of this entire thing was the Investigative Post, especially their immigration reporter, J. Dale Shoemaker. The Investigative Post is a really unique news site for our area. They're actually a nonprofit organization that was started by 2 retired Buffalo News journalists. And all this nonprofit organization does is hires journalists to come to Buffalo and do deep dive stories on like specific things going on in the area. So like I said, they're a nonprofit. They work off of donations. They don't take advertising money. So if you feel like they added some value to this entire thing, make sure you kick them a couple of bucks.